Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you are doing well. If you are looking for building up your vocabulary to speak or write advanced English, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 uncommon words that start with the alphabet A. I will also provide you the information on what kind of word each is and the meaning, and then I will provide you an example on how to use this word. Let's start the video right away. So the first and foremost word you need to be aware of is aberration. So aberration is one of the words that is in the form of a noun. It means something that differs from the norm. Say you have got something in general, but if you're doing something differently, then that's what we call aberration. In other words, it can be a change or something deviation from what you have already set up and so on. Let's go ahead with the example. In 1974, Poland won the World Cup, but the success turned out to be an aberration, and Poland have not won a World Cup since then. So when you go through this example, it has got aberration, which means this was a standard. So it has won a World Cup. However, after that, it didn't. So it started differing from the norm. Abhor is the second phrase that can help you out to improve your vocabulary and give a positive impression about your speaking as well as writing. Instead of saying hate or detest, we can use abhor. All right, abhor is a verb. It's a form of a verb that can help you out to showcase that you are hating someone. All right, for example, let's go ahead with this. Because James always ends up getting hit in the head when he tried to play hockey, he began to abhor the sport. Okay, he began to hate sport. All right, so you can say abhor, I abhor you, I hate you. Instead of saying I hate you, you can use I abhor you. All right, I detest you, and so on. Okay, I hope this one can help you out a lot. If you are able to build up vocabulary, which is going to be one of the assessment factors for IELTS, TOEFL, PTE and OET examination, knowing a range of words is going to build up more confidence in your communication skills, both verbal and written, and help you to achieve your desired scores as well as grow your career at the workplace. Let's go to the third one. The third one is acquiesce. So the way we need to pronounce is acquiesce, okay? And it means it's a verb, all right? To agree without protesting. So to agree wholeheartedly without saying anything against, whatever the things that you have received, all right? Or that you are asked to do, for example, okay? Let's go through this example so that it will be easy for you to understand. Though John wanted to stay outside and work in his garage, when his wife told him that he had better come into dinner, he acquiesced to her demands. I mean, he agreed without protesting, without disagreeing with her. He just came to the dinner. That's it, straight away. So you can say, I acquiesced, her wishes. Okay, so I agreed to whatever he said. I acquiesced to whatever he said. That's really good, isn't it? So you can, instead of saying I agreed with you, you can say I acquiesced with you from now onwards. Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. So the next one is alacrity. Okay, alacrity represents eagerness or speed. All right, it is a noun. Alacrity is a noun. Okay, Sebastian, for example, loved to help his girlfriend whenever he could. So when his girlfriend asked him to set the table, he did so with alacrity. All right, it means with eagerness. He was very interested to do whatever his girlfriend asked to do. All right, so alacrity means keenness, interest. So for example, desire, doing something, with the happiness. All right, so that's what alacrity means. The next one is amiable. Amiable is an adjective and it represents friendly. It means friendly. All right, Stephen is an amiable fellow and he gets along with everyone. How does this sound like? It's really good, isn't it? Instead of saying friendly again and again, you can use amiable. You can say, I am amiable, or he is amiable, she is amiable, James is amiable, Stephen is amiable, and so on. So this means friendly. So we can replace the phrase friendly wherever you use with amiable. All right. I hope this helped you guys out. Let's go to the next one. The next one is affable. Affable can also be replaced with the amiable. They are the same thing. They can be used interchangeably. All right. So it means friendly, of course, and it is an adjective. So instead of saying he is friendly or I am friendly, you can say I am affable, I am amiable. All right. If you use these kinds of phrases in your speaking and writing subtests of the OET, IELTS, PT, and TOEFL, wherever applicable, you are going to get really good scores under vocabulary. I can guarantee you that your scores are going to grow like anything if you use these kinds of uncommon words in your examination. Let's go through an example. Look at this one. If you wish to grow your career, you need to be affable with all your customers. You need to be friendly with all your customers. So that's what we have to do. All right, let's go to the next one. Look at this one. Appease. Appease is to calm down someone or something, or to satisfy someone or something. Okay, look at this one. When Sam cries, his mother gives him a chocolate to appease him, to make him calm down. All right. So when Sam cries, his mother gives him chocolates to appease him. That's how you need to, use this phrase. So you can use a range of situations and in a range of sentence structures, and ensure that you are able to speak more confidently and write more courageously. All right, let's go to the next one. Arcane. Arcane is an adjective. It means it's obscure or secret. All right, or it's known only by a few people or only by a few. So look at this one. The professor is an expert in arcane English literature. All right, there is something and he's able to find out that information. So it is a secret. It's not known to many people. All right, let's go to the next word. That is avarice. So avarice is a noun. Avarice is a noun. This means excessive greed. Okay, there's a excessive greed. There's no control in terms of greed. All right, look at this one. The banker's avarice led him to amass an enormous personal fortune. All right, enormous personal fortune. That's not good, isn't it? So that's what we call avarice, and this is how we need to use. Amuse. Amuse is a verb. All right, we can use it as entertained, keep busy, engross, or occupy. Let's go through this example. The comedians in yesterday's show were able to amuse us for over 2 hours. All right, in this case we used it as a verb, isn't it? So they were trying to amuse us for over 2 hours. That's amazing, isn't it? I will be able to upload more and more videos with all the other alphabets in the future. If you find this video helpful, please like it and share it with others. You can also leave your comments if you wish, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Thank you all, and I'm glad to help you out to speak better English.